Okay, this first question is from our class Panorama survey that we took a few weeks ago. And the question asked you guys, when asking questions and pushing me to be a better student, this teacher challenges me. So in your responses to this survey for pre-calc, I broke down first by gender, because I wanted to compare how maybe females and males could be experiencing my class differently, could be experiencing pre-calculus differently. So what we're going to do in class today is actually organize our own data, our own class data, using statistics and probability, because that's the unit we're in, so it's actually perfect. Some important information to know is that 44 males took my survey and 60 females took my survey, adding up to a total of 104 students who took the survey. Now, let's see how we can kind of translate this bar chart that Panorama gave me into a two-way table. So 88% of females responded favorably. Just so you know, responded favorably on the Panorama survey. That means that you either agree or strongly agree with this statement. If you somewhat agree, or you disagree, or you strongly disagree, then Panorama would not count that as favorable, obviously. So 88% of females agree or strongly agree with this statement. So out of 60 females in total, 88% responded favorably. So I'm going to take 88% as a decimal. That would be 0.88. And I'm going to multiply that times the total number of females that took my survey, which is 60. And when I do 0.88 times 60 in my calculator, I'm going to get a decimal answer, which is a little bit weird, but that's how 0.88 times 60 to get 52.8. So we could think, okay, about 53 females out of the 60 females responded favorably. Then I can subtract to find the missing piece, which would be the opposite. People who did not respond favorably. They either somewhat agreed or they disagreed with the statement. So I'm going to do 60 minus 52.8 to get 7.2. So about 7 females disagreed with the statement. I'm going to do the same process for males. So for males, it was actually only 80% who agreed with the statement. So 80% or 0.80 as a decimal of these 44 males times 44 agree or responded favorably. So I'm going to do 0.80 times 44 to get 35.2. Subtract 44 minus 35.2 to get the males who did not respond favorably. Then I'm going to add up horizontally. These should always add up to whole numbers. So 35.2 plus 52.8 is going to add up to 88. And 8.8 plus 7.2 is going to add up to 16. Double checking, 88 plus 16 is equaling my total of 104. So to kind of summarize, of the one who took my survey, for this particular question, 88 responded favorably, 16 did not respond favorably, and there are 44 males who responded and 60 females who responded. So now is the really important part, which is the conclusions I can draw from this. On this question on the survey is asking if I, as a teacher, push you to be a better student by asking you questions and challenging you. So it looks like, in general, females feel more like Miss Gittell is pushing them to be better students. So that would be my conclusion statement. further questions to explore. This is actually kind of the key of this exercise. So I really want you guys to think, what further questions could you ask using this data? So something that I would think about as a teacher is like, does this mean that, am I actually calling on females more than males? Like, am I biased in that way where I tend to cold call females more? And males feel less like ships with female students because I'm female. So males don't feel as close to me, so they don't feel like I'm pushing them as much. So those might be two questions I would ask. I'll just do it in the third person. Does Miss Gittell call on females more than males? That's definitely something that I could change as a teacher. That would be helpful feedback for me. I could also say, does Miss Gittell have closer personal relationships with female students? All right, doesn't mean that these questions have to be true. It just kind of more questions you could explore. We could even create another survey, which we will be doing for your final statistics project, and we could ask these questions to kind of explore this further and get more specific data. So the other main way I broke down the data, I did it by gender because I thought that was interesting, and I also did it by grade level, so 11th graders versus 12th graders, or juniors versus seniors. So this is the same question, so it's the same 104 students, and now I'm breaking it down by how juniors might experience my class differently than seniors. So at this point in the video, I would consider pausing. 9% of juniors responded favorably, so that's 89% of the 41 juniors who took the survey, which is times 41, which is 36.49. Again, subtracting the 41 minus 36.49 to get 4.51. Seniors, only 82% responded favorably. So I'm going to take 82% of my 63 senior students who responded favorably. 82 times 63 is going to give me 51.66. Subtracting from the total, 63 minus 51.66 to get 11.34. Adding across horizontally, I should get 16 and 88. The total should be the same because no matter whether I'm breaking the data down by juniors and seniors or male and female, I should always have the same total students who responded favorably or did not respond favorably. So it works out. Okay, so clearly we can see that 11th graders, juniors, are feeling slightly more challenged, slightly more like I'm pushing them to be a better teacher. Gittell call more or question juniors more in class to push their thinking further. I also might wonder, because it doesn't necessarily have to be about something that I'm doing, you could wonder like something like, is junior year a different experience than senior year? So maybe for seniors, they're experiencing the class differently, and they're maybe just experiencing school differently in general. We're going to actually explore later this week like overall school data from Panorama, so you guys will get a chance to kind of compare how this class compares to overall school data on some of these same breakdowns and questions. Okay, so what you're going to do now is go ahead and repeat the same process of breaking down the data. I chose 3 more questions for you guys to repeat this process for. I chose these questions both because they're things that are important to me as a teacher, and also because they're things that I think I could learn a lot from you guys about why you responded the way that you did, to help me grow as a teacher and to help finish the year as strong as possible. Okay, so go ahead, repeat the process for all 3 questions. Each one is broken down by grade level as well as gender. At the very end of class today, you're going to take this here, and that is going to be really helpful as you begin making your own surveys, because I'll give you access to the Google form, so you'll be able to see your questions and have them captured in one place. All right, get started. Thank you for your attention.